Imagine a moment when the entire universe falls silent. No wind, no heartbeat, no movement. The skies are empty. The earth is abandoned. Not a single human, not a single jinn, not even an angel remains to witness what comes next. And in that overwhelming silence, one being stands alone. The very angel who has taken every soul since the beginning of time now faces something unimaginable. Because for the first time, death is coming for him. There was a time when creation itself seemed endless, when life moved without pause, when people laughed, dreamed, planned their futures, never realizing how close the end always was. But behind every breath, behind every heartbeat, there was always one presence silently watching. Azrael, the angel of death. He is not just any angel. He is among the greatest, entrusted with a responsibility so vast that human imagination struggles to grasp it. Every soul that has ever lived, from the first human to the last, passes through his command. Yet many people never truly understand the scale of his existence. It is said in narrations that his form is beyond comprehension. His presence stretches across the heavens and the earth, his feet rooted deep within the lowest layers, while his head rises close to the divine throne. Imagine that for a moment. If all the oceans of the world were poured upon a single part of his being, it would be like a drop disappearing into nothingness. This is the being assigned to take your soul, and your name, your identity, is already known. There exists a record where every human being's name is written, along with the name of their father, a leaf, assigned to each life. And when that leaf falls, it means your time has come. But here is what makes it even more chilling. Sometimes, the announcement of a person's death is made in the heavens, while that very person is still alive on earth. He might be walking through a marketplace, smiling, bargaining, thinking about tomorrow. Maybe he's planning to build a new home. Maybe he's calculating the expenses of an upcoming wedding. Maybe he's dreaming about a future he believes is guaranteed. But above him, his name has already been called, and he has no idea that his story is about to end. For 40 days before the final moment, Azrael begins to look toward that person with special attention, watching, waiting, and it is said, he visits homes, especially at the times of prayer, observing quietly, seeing what we do, how we live, what fills our time, and when he sees people lost in sin, distracted, unaware, the moment draws closer, closer than they could ever imagine. When the final moment finally arrives, it does not feel the same for everyone. For those who lived in obedience, whose hearts remembered their Creator, the soul leaves gently, like water flowing smoothly from a vessel, calm, effortless, almost peaceful. But for others, the experience is something far more terrifying. For those who denied, who ignored, who turned away, the angel of death does not come with the same face. It is said, he reveals a form so overwhelming, so terrifying, that just the sight of it can tear the strength from the heart. And in that moment, the soul does not leave easily. It is pulled, forced, like something being dragged through thorns. A struggle, a resistance, a final realization that everything they ignored was always real. Yet even with such power, even with such responsibility, Azrael is not without emotion. He does not act on his own will. He does not choose who lives and who dies. He is bound completely by the command of Allah. And there was a moment that reveals something deeply human. Even within this Alvan creation, it is said that Allah once asked him, "O angel of death, after taking countless souls, did you ever feel sorrow? Did you ever hesitate?" And Azrael lowered his head and answered, "Yes, my Lord. Twice. I felt my heart break. The first was during a violent storm at sea. A massive ship was torn apart by raging waves. Wood shattered. Screams were swallowed by the ocean. One by one, lives were taken, until only one remained. A mother, floating helplessly, clutching her infant child to her chest. The waves were merciless. The sky dark. The world unforgiving. And then, the command came, take her soul. Azrael obeyed, but as he did, the child remained, alive, clinging to the lifeless body of its mother. Alone, in the middle of an endless ocean. No shelter, no voice, no one to hear its cries. And in that moment, Azrael felt a pain so deep, it shook him. He watched, but he could not act, because he is not allowed to act beyond command. He is only a servant of divine will. And yet, the story did not end there. Time moved forward, as it always does. Days turned into years, and years into decades. That helpless child, left alone in the vast ocean, did not die. By the will of Allah, that child survived, grew, lived a full life, and eventually became a powerful ruler, a king feared by many, a man history would remember as a tyrant. And when the time came, when his final moment arrived, Azrael stood before him once again. Then Allah revealed the truth. "O Azrael, do you remember the child you pitied? The one left alone in the sea? That child is this manual." In that instant, everything became clear. What seemed like tragedy, what felt like unbearable sorrow, was always part of a plan beyond understanding. And Azrael, who once felt his heart break, was reminded that divine wisdom sees what no creation can ever see. He does not question anymore. He does not hesitate, because he knows every soul, every moment, every ending is perfectly written. And then comes the final chapter of existence itself, a day when the universe will no longer continue, when the weight of sin, the exhaustion of the world, reaches its limit, and the command will be given. Israfil, the angel entrusted with the trumpet, has been waiting since the beginning of time, eyes fixed, unmoving, ready for one command. And when that command comes, the first blow of the trumpet will shake everything. Not just an earthquake, but something far beyond anything the human mind can comprehend. Mountains will crumble like dust. Oceans will erupt. The sky itself will tear apart. Everything will begin to collapse. Everything will end. Every living being will fall. Every voice will be silenced, until nothing remains, except those whom Allah wills. And finally, even the angels will face their end. One by one, they will be commanded, until only one remains. Azrael, the angel of death, who took every soul, now stands alone. No humans, no jinn, no angels, just silence. Absolute, overwhelming silence. And then, the call will come. Who remains? And Azrael will answer, "Only you, O Allah, and me." Then comes the final command. Die. In that moment, the one who ended every life will taste death himself. And with that, there will be nothing left. No creation, no sound, no movement. Only Allah, the Eternal, the one who was there before everything, and the one who remains after everything is gone. And then, in that infinite silence, a question will echo. Whose is the kingdom today? But there will be no one to answer. No voice, no soul, nothing. And Allah will declare, to Allah, the One, the Supreme, this is the end of everything we know, and the beginning of what comes after.